The tail end.
Wrapping your mind around your life is pretty hard because you're up to your neck in it. It's like trying to understand the ocean while learning how to swim. On most days, you're busy just keeping your head above water, so it's not easy to figure out what to do with your life and how to spend your time. There are a million distractions: your family, friends and romantic partners, boring work, and exciting projects, video games to play and books to read. And then there's your couch that somebody needs to lie on. It's easy to get lost. So let's take a step back and look at your life from the outside.
Damn it, you know it's bad when you can remember the fucking... Oh, God.
The average Kurzgesagt viewer is around 25 years old, which is a pretty good time in the life of most
we're
people.
all averagely 25.
The insecurities of the teenage years have begun to recede. Maybe you find yourself in a job or a long-term relationship. Maybe you've started a family or are working on an advanced degree. Maybe you're not doing any of that and still want to enjoy life, whatever that means to you. Or maybe you feel stuck and don't know where to go yet.
What do I do?
1 in 20
Tell me in a
watching this video
nutshell.
will get
What
to
do
live
I
to
do?
100.
Maybe
Let's
it's me.
assume you are
Maybe
one of the
I'll
lucky
need
ones,
to.
which means
Maybe
you have
I'll
a
get
total
to
of
live to 100.
5,200 weeks of life at your disposal.
That's
when
so
you were
much
born.
life to have.
You spent the first 600 weeks of your life being a kid and 400
my
being
God.
a teenager. During this time,
Wait,
you were pretty useless
they just
for
skip.
society.
What do you
and also
mean I'm
not very
useless
free
for
to make-
society? Take that back immediately. What? You're telling me I'm useless for society? I don't believe this.
Your own decisions. As a payoff, you were somewhat spared from the consequences and responsibilities
I'll have
of
you know,
adulthood.
I was not spared
Mostly
from the
because well-meaning adults
consequences of
protected you by
adulthood.
cleaning up your mess
The
and giving you time to
HMRC are
find
after me,
yourself.
chat.
This time is necessary to make you, at least in theory, a functioning human. Although most people probably don't feel like that after puberty. In any case, by the time you're 20, over 1,000 of your 5,200 weeks have passed. Depending on what you aspire to, at this point you're either working already or have entered further
I'm working.
education. The amount of
I'm
fun you
working
can have
already,
in this phase
guys.
of your life varies a lot. If you pick up a trade or need to work to support
I'm
yourself or others,
working.
the serious side of life begins earlier. If you go
What
to
can I
university,
say?
you get to push back work life a bit longer. In any case,
I didn't
most
go to
people start
university
working for real in their
because
20s
I don't
at
want
the latest,
debt.
which begins
can
the
I say?
productive or potentially grindy or soul-crushing period of your life. People tend to work until the age of 65.
I will be streaming
means
to
that
the
you'll spend
age
at
of
least-
65. You heard it here first. I will spend around at least 2,000 weeks of my
2,000 weeks of your life with serious adult work. Hopefully
Serious
a job
adult
that makes
work.
you feel good and appreciated, or that makes the world
I'm
better.
doing serious adult
This
work.
is such an important thing that we'll look at work and how
Oh
you can try
my
to find
God.
a satisfying career in another video.
I think I found a satisfying
This
career.
is the main...
Have I found a satisfying career? I don't even need the next video. I think I found a satisfying career. Guys, thank you for being my satisfying career.
main block of life for most people, the time when you might have kids and travel a bit, and climb the career ladder, and build a house, may get divorced and fall in love again.
Divorced?
In this phase, you transition from being young to middle-aged to old. Not old, but the young old of your 60s.
Young old.
At 65, you've used up 3,400
Oh
of your
my
5,200
God.
weeks. The last phase of your life begins.
I'm gonna get divorced.
If you've managed to acquire enough wealth to retire, in theory, you're now free to do whatever you like.
Oh my
for up
God, I
to
can retire?
1,800 weeks. But of course, this is not how
Yo! Boys, I think I'm going to retire. Thanks for watching the stream. I really...
it works for the majority of you watching this video. 19 out of 20 people will not live to 100. The average lifespan in the US is 79. In Germany, it's 81. In Japan, 84.
Yo!
In Brazil,
We need to move to Japan. Boys, if we want an extra 5 years, everyone to Japan now. Go. For those extra 5 years.
it's 75. If you die at age 80, which is still not bad, you only have 780 weeks of freedom after you retire. That's roughly as many weeks of freedom as an old person as you spent as
The
a child.
last phase.
Unfortunately, disease and the tiredness of age trip you up here.
Oh,
because
no.
with old age, the human body
Crusty
begins to decline
bones.
sharply. For example, the vast majority of cancer-related deaths occur in people over 70. If you bet all your fun cards on being free and happy in your retirement, you might be bitterly disappointed. And all
Chat,
of
we
this
might
is
be
still
bitterly
assuming things work
disappointed.
out and you even get to grow old. You can
no.
drown in a pool at age 7, get cancer.
Well, that was so blunt. That was so blunt. That took me by surprise. You can drown in a pool at age 7. No. No. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. God damn it. I wasn't prepared. Ah, yes, I did too drown in a pool at the age of 7. I see. God damn it. It got so scary. Oh my
7,
god.
Get cancer at age 32, die in a car crash at age 48.
Yes.
You can fall from a ladder
You
at
can
age 60.
die. We can
Every
do all
day
of those
the universe
things.
rolls a bunch of dice for every human, and every day someone somewhere on this planet rolls a critical failure and their life ends that day. The older you get, the more dice are rolled for you. Usually when you swim through the
critical
ocean that
failure.
is your life, you don't think about all of this too
They
much.
roll a
and that's
D25.
fine. Life is
D&D
engaging
in
enough
real
by
life.
itself, and the future is this undefined weird thing. But thinking
Okay.
about it from time to time is helpful in refocusing on what you want to do and to minimize regrets you will have when you look back. And to remind you that if
How
you
many
don't
weeks
use your
have I
time
done?
today, you might not get a chance to
How many
use it
weeks
tomorrow.
do I have left?
Life is complicated, and it's hard to make decisions between all the things and people that are important to you. This has become painfully obvious to billions of people during the coronavirus pandemic. If you respected social distancing, so many things that we took for granted were not available anymore. Traveling and public places and eating out and seeing friends and meeting new
Sad.
people.
Escapism
Spending
is gone.
time together
The
became limited
escapism is
and precious.
gone.
But actually, the time you have with the people you love is already precious. Think of your parents. As a child, you spend basically
Definitely more
every day
than
with
4,
them.
Tubbo. Thank
Your
you.
time spent together begins to decline as you transition and become a teenager and fight to develop your own identity. But as teenagers, you probably still see them regularly, which changes as you enter your 20s when most people move out for university,
They
for
move
work,
out at the
or
age
just to
of
be on their
20.
own. If you're making an effort to be with your parents for 2 full weeks each year for the rest of their lives, which covers the main holidays, birthdays, and a bit extra, you still have already spent more than 90% of the time you will ever spend with them, even if they grow
Yikes.
pretty old. If they die earlier, or if you see them only a few days each year, this number shrinks even more. So, in all likelihood, the vast majority of time you will ever spend with your parents has passed. The same holds true for your siblings or old friends that moved to the other side of the country. You're at the tail end of the time with some of the most important
I can't
people
laugh.
in your life.
This isn't funny.
One day, you will see them for
This
the
is
last
sad.
time. And it's actually the same with everything else. The concept of doing something for the last time feels eerie, like something that you should only experience when you're on death row or extremely old or something like that. But it happens all the time. Is there a hobby you've been lazy about for a long time?
Oh, okay.
Maybe you still have those Warhammer minis that you wanted to paint. Did you always want to revisit that place where you had an amazing time a decade ago? Is there someone you wanted to reach out to for a long time but haven't yet? Or pick up that sport again to meet new friends? Maybe you will never do any of these things again because life gets in the way.
This is why
and at
I
some
like in a
point,
nutshell,
it's too
because
late.
it's really sad. Then we get our
As the
optimism.
global pandemic
This
begins
is
to
the
wind
optimism
down,
part.
we will all soon be able to be with each other again and do fun things together. It's never
I like
a bad
the
time to
optimism
reach out
parts
to a
of the
friend or a
videos.
potential friend and let them know that you're looking forward to hanging out. But no matter when you're watching this, our life is an incredible gift, and there are so many fun, engaging, and fulfilling things to do. And you get to decide what and who matters to you. But what matters the most is that you actually make decisions from time to time. This video was based on and inspired by an article by our friend Tim Urban of Wait But Why, the best blog on the internet. Be sure to check it out to get more new perspectives on
the
things.
internet. Loneliness. I like these videos. I've watched basically all of these videos like 50 times. I've watched all of them. I want nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is cool. Well, because they split the atoms. Nukes? No, I've already seen the nuke the moon one. I've already seen that. Jack Manifold is upset because there is no Uber where I live. He is so used to having Uber. He lacks without Uber.